Hey guys, Joel here, Grey Wolf TV, and we are back with our episodes of Fringe. This is episode 10 of season 3. The last episode saw Olivia coming to terms with the fact that now she's back, someone has completely infiltrated her entire life, and she doesn't want to live in her apartment anymore. She doesn't want to wear her clothes. She doesn't want to be around Peter because it all reminds her, as far as she's concerned, of the ultimate betrayal that she's had from him, and the fact that her alternate version of herself took over her life, and she's missed out on things for the last few weeks, and she pretty much told Peter that. So I don't know where they go from here. I think the relationship is dead and buried, or at least for the time being, with this going on, and I guess we're just gonna have to carry on from here. So let's continue, see where the storyline takes us next. What I will say is at the end of the episode, the Observer turned up and said, the boy is still alive. We'll just have to see what the hell that means at some point. He may be in this episode, I don't know. Anyway, let's get straight on with it. This is episode 10.
We've got a live one.
Who is that?
Christopher Lloyd.
Who are you talking to? That boy. Where did he go?
I was talking to Bobby.
Bobby?
Did you tell him?
What now?
I take you back home.
He died 25 years ago.
And you just got
Gets
on the
more.
camera.
The camera's picked up this as well.
The Observer?
After I took a second look at the video, I knew who it was right away. Mr. Joyce keeps a photo of Bobby on his bedside table.
I'm Walter Bishop. I'm a tremendous fan.
You ever heard of Violet Sedan Chair?
No.
It's Walter's favorite band. Roscoe Joyce is their keyboardist. He's a hero of Walter. He's up there with Einstein and Tesla.
It's a curse, not remembering a miracle. It was a miracle.
No.
Seeing him again.
Bobby wasn't a ghost. The Observer doesn't experience time like we do.
No.
If we can accept that he can travel from the past to the present, back to the past again, then it's not inconceivable that he could bring others with him. I'll need to take him back to my lab.
But why would the Observer drag a dead man 25 years through time just to talk with his father?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
There's
I
gotta be a
think when
connection.
The Observer shows up, it has something to do with you.
I understand you're going to help me remember what my son said to me.
We're gonna try.
I am at 719 Skelton Avenue. There has been a robbery.
She can't breathe. Ah. That's what she needs. What is going on? He's nicked it!
We're ready for you.
What do you want me to do?
Let me guide you. Listen to my voice.
I just wanted to try and explain the book.
You don't have to.
She asked me what my favorite book was. It was meant for the Olivia Dunham that I've spent the last couple of years of my life with.
Bobby. My boy. I didn't believe it was him. It had been so long since I'd seen him. He told me I would meet you. Walter Bishop. Bobby said I was supposed to help you.
Help me.
Do what?
How?
I don't know.
Oh, perfect.
It has begun. I have set everything in motion.
But I think you're wrong. He won't do it.
I disagree. I believe he has changed.
You think he has changed. I don't believe he has. In either case, I suppose we will find out soon enough.
Why did Violet Sedan Chair break up?
I don't know. It just happened. We were having creative differences.
Recently, I invented a liquid base to aid in the process of brain mapping.
Really? I don't see how I can help you in any way.
Hello, Walter. We need to speak.
We had a deal. Please
Don't touch him.
take it from me. You know the future. Tell me how I can save my son from dying.
He's
There
not
are
in it.
things that I know, but there are things that I do not, because every action causes ripples.
Ah,
Consequences both obvious and unforeseen. After I pulled you and Peter from the icy lake, later that summer, Peter caught a firefly. Or that because he did, a young girl 3 miles away would not. I could not have known that when she did not come home, her father would go out looking for her, driving in the rain, so that when the traffic light turned red, his truck skidded through the intersection at Harvard Yard, killing a pedestrian. Which is why now I need your help. When the time comes, give him the keys and save the girl.
Give it the keys. What do you mean, what girl?
3 guys came in, killed the owner, tied up the girl who worked here.
Girl?
Yeah, according to her, the observer saved her life.
Who is she, the girl?
Her name's Victoria DeMiro.
Bobby called me on the phone.
Just now.
Oh, no. No. Years ago, he dreamt a bald man in a dark suit took him to see me. I was an
no.
old man living in a nursing home, dreaming about something that happens 25 years later.
Wasn't a dream.
The man in the suit took your son through time. And it was only just last night that you caught up to the other end of the visit.
Correct.
We were playing a show that night, a club in the Harvard Yard. I remember looking outside and seeing how hard it was raining. I remember getting a call from the police. He stepped onto the crosswalk when a truck
Skidded through the traffic light.
Oh my God.
When I lost my son,
Oh, fuck.
nothing seemed to matter anymore.
It's not enough to understand the suffering I've caused.
Walter, we have been over this. You couldn't have known.
That's exactly the point. Unforeseen consequences. And that man has lost a son because I was unwilling to lose mine. Where was she in 1985?
I can't do that, Walter. She's in the car in front of us, but we're just passing through Porter Square. We should be there in about 5 minutes. You can ask her all the questions you like then.
What? What are you doing?
Peter? Peter, what is it? Get on to dispatch. We're gonna need an ambulance. Peter! I gotta go. Where's your inhaler?
He's got it.
Peter, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but she's not. Olivia took off after the observer on foot. I'm gonna catch her. Hey, give me the keys and save the girl. What did you say? I said, give me the keys and save the girl.
That's what he said.
He told me you'd say that.
Who?
The observer. His course correcting, I don't know how, but he started some kind of a chain reaction. Started from the moment that we walked into that nursing home to meet Roscoe. Everything since has been a sequence culminating in this very moment.
All right, but if you don't help that girl right now, she's gonna die in the street. Do you hear me?
Don't take it from me.
Walter, give me the keys. You know, don't you?
Of course he does.
The picture of me and the device. What does it mean?
Whoa! How did you...
Bring me a strawberry milkshake. I'll play some piano for you.
It would be an honor.
First he saves the girl, then he tries to kill her. Then he runs up 5 flights of stairs just to shoot me with his magic air gun and disappear.
Yeah.
None of it makes any sense.
No.
And how is this different to any other day?
Given our current situation, it's kind of amusing if you think about it.
That's the milk he put in the fridge. Oh shit. That's the milk he tainted.
Peter?
Not tainted, drugged.
Peter's collapsed. He's having some kind of a seizure. He took some aspirin, he swallowed it down with some milk.
Milk?
Yeah, from the refrigerator.
Oh, God. Open the bag. You'll find a bottle of magnesium sulfate.
Use the syringe. 1 cc of magnesium sulfate, 9 cc's of saline.
It's not here. Where do I put it?
In his leg, in his right leg.
Okay. Okay, I think he's stabilizing. I think he's okay.
What are you thanking me for?
What you did. My serum was flawed.
Ah.
It would have killed me if I'd taken it. You only lived because you're young and healthy.
I must admit, I feared my experiment would fail.
But you were right. He's changed. He was willing to let his son die.
And now we know. When the time comes, he will be willing to do it again.
Okay, first off, it was great to see an episode with Christopher Lloyd in it. That was brilliant. However, this was a seriously complicated episode. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So, he invented all this sequence of events. He set a chain reaction in motion here. 2, what he's just told us at the end was nothing to do about saving Walter's life at all. The test was to see if he would sacrifice Peter, given a set of parameters that would change things this time round, because last time he was not willing to lose Peter and he broke the laws of physics and went into another parallel universe to be able to not lose him, and he was testing this time, would he repeat that same mistake? Am I right with that? And they're saying now when the time comes we will know he will make the right decision. So this has to do with the device, machine, whatever you want to call it. And that showing that Peter is the one who operates it and is probably going to end up dying at some point because of it. I don't know. But that tends to suggest there that the scene whether Walter has the willingness to accept that Peter maybe have to be sacrificed at some point down the line. It's got to do with the machine. It has to. It can't just be some like random thing like him getting shot or something. And he set all of that in motion to test that theory. And he's just said that has been proved right. The sad part was the chain of events that the Observer set in motion back in 1985, which ended up making that guy in the old folk home, what was his name, Roscoe, lose his son. And it was also the reason why Walter's favourite band that he was in also broke up, because he lost his son. And he only lost his son because of that complicated sequence of events that he set off, that Peter caught a firefly and then some other little girl didn't, and she went off wandering late at night trying to find one, so her father went out looking for her, and he's the guy who was driving the truck that killed his son at the crosswalk. You just couldn't make that up, could you? I can see and understand when he says sometimes they have unforeseen events and circumstances that you just couldn't see was going to come. Basically, that man's son died because Peter caught a firefly. But if you go further back, the only reason that happened is because the Observer saved Walter and Peter in the first place, because he crossed over. And that only happened because Walter crossed over in the first place because he lost his Peter. Do I have all that right? I'm trying to work my way back. I think I've got that right. But that was a brilliant episode. Olivia's finally decided to take the book at the end by the looks of things. She needs to... I understand what she's feeling and what she's going through, but she just has got to understand that, yes, she's going through it all at the moment, but so is Peter. He was in this with you, not knowing it was you. So all the stuff you're going through right now, what you're forgetting is Peter thought he'd had a relationship with you for the last few months, and then just a flick of a switch overnight finds out he hasn't because it wasn't the person he thought it was. So he's going through it as much as Olivia is, and she's been way harder on him than he is on her. And she needs to tone it down a little bit. Whether she will or not, I don't know. But that was a complicated episode. I was trying to work out halfway through what the jewelry robbery had anything to do with, but it was all leading to get Walter there, having to save her life instead of Peter, and then all the rest of it taking place. That was very cleverly written, and I like that they put a time travel 1985 in particular, travel back from his son who came to visit him. I like that they put that in an episode that they put Christopher Lloyd in, because it's like Back to the Future and it's 1985. I get the resemblance of what they're trying to do there. At least if they weren't trying to do that, that's what they accomplished, because it's kind of the same thing. He just wasn't the dog this time. Walter was. Crazy. Right, I think that will do for that episode, because we've seen what can happen when you change history or you interfere with the balance of the universe, and something as minute as a firefly can end up having events where it kills someone. So weird. Right guys, that was episode 10. If you enjoyed this, please post down in the comments, let me know what you think. Also, let me know if I was right with my theory as to how all of that just worked. I think I've got most of it right. And don't forget, if you want to watch the next episode of Fringe, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications on, and please, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you for episode 11 in a few days time. Until then guys, thanks a lot for watching. Take care.